I noticed our lineup silhouettes kept getting smaller and smaller, but I can't turn back now. If I turn back, I won't be able to press forward. What's up, banana? When everyone was inside Monokuma Rock. Rock. The elevator began its deep descent as usual. God, look how few of us there are now. Wow, there's only 9. Nobody said a word. As we stood there trying to figure out what to say to each other, the elevator descended deeper and deeper. So I need to play the RE games. Well, I haven't, you boss lady! And when it descended as far as it could go, it finally stopped. The elevator doors opened slowly, almost tantalizingly so. Light poured through from the other side, eroding the boundaries of the darkness. And I walked into that place. You don't own them? Well, it sounds like a you problem. Capcom games go on sale all the time, so I just say wait for one. Feels pretty toothless with all these empty seats. Well, 2 people got killed at the same time, and Nekomaru's not here either.
Hey!
Is Nekomaru really not participating? If he's alive, you should invite him.
No.
Why bother?
That's...
Desbrasp? Boss lady? Boss lady. Tisk.
Well now. Yoo-hoo!
Alright, here we go. Shut up, bad face. I'll time you out too. Buki Miyota, the ultimate musician. She was really loud, but she was the mood maker of our group. When I was with her, all my pain and suffering just seemed to melt away. Hyoko Saionji, the ultimate bitch. Just from looking at her adorable face, you never know she was actually selfish and foul-mouthed. She was trying to change herself, and she was desperately trying to come to terms with Mahiru's death. Yeah, nobody cares. The person who killed these 2 is among us. Bum 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 bum. I definitely can't believe it. It's not that weird. Shut up, bad face. I'll time you out. Whether I believe it or not, it's irrelevant. Unless I figure out the truth, I won't be able to escape from this hell. Do it? Okay. There. That felt nice, didn't it? That was real nice. That made me happy. For our sake, for our friend's sake, for Ibuki and Hyoko's sake. No, Hyoko sucks. For Ibuki's sake. Curtain to the 3rd class trial was about to open. This life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair. Oh boy! Woo! Here we go. All right, you know what, you two? You know what? Boom! Get your faces out of here. Shut up. Jeez. We have a class trial on our hands, and you're being a bunch of dorks. All right, so where's that ability I got from Neko? Boom. Steph's just giggling. You love us? Enough to give Bad Face's mod sword back? I don't know. Okay. I honestly should have looked through to see if I should buy other things, but I don't think I would have had enough hope fragments. I love us? I don't know. Good thing it wasn't you. Don't tempt me, Hawkeye. Someone time out Hawkeye, that'd be great. Alright, let's go. Here we go!
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
Finally,
During
we made
the
it
class
here.
trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. Oh well, who cares about this boring explanation? Let's get on with it already!
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out.
Have a good night, Fleur.
You know, because I was asleep the whole time.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
A little bit.
But Nagito's not alone. I don't really get it either.
Okay.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Wow!
Empty head? Huh. What's wrong with that? Listen up! The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Anyway, we shouldn't proceed with the trial if those two can't participate in the arguments. Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence of events?
Okay.
Then, let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease. The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
The other 5 on the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident happened. Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from his symptoms. We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery, I made Mikan rest in the on-call room, since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby.
Cloud, how you
And
doing?
then, I saw
Hold
the
on.
incoming
This is for you,
signal
Cloud.
light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time.
I hadn't done that in a while.
When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder.
Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story! And then what did you do, Hajime?
I tried to stop them, of course. I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded, the music venue. But it was too late. By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already hanging from the ceiling. I thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel.
Why the motel?
Because it was close to the music venue, and unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, that's what I thought, but the only person who came with me was Chiaki.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our sight.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital. And then I noticed Ibuki was gone, so I sprinted out of the hospital. Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko, so I pled with him in various ways to see if he could help me out.
Various ways?
Oh my god.
Don't say it like that and confuse people.
After I heard from those two that Ibuki disappeared, I had a feeling she was the person wearing the hemp bag. So I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the 4 of us broke down the door. And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hyoko's. And not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
And so we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki.
So that's how the case played out. Thank you. I understood it very easily.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who...
Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true? sorry. I'm only being impartial right now. And the story I just heard is clearly suspicious. Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, and the first one to discover Ibuki's body,
Uh-oh.
then you could be lying as much as you want right now, right?
Don't you be that guy.
Why would I lie?
Obviously. So you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you.
Do you doubt me?
If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it.
Okay.
Come on, try to prove it to me. Prove you're not the killer.
Can we kill him? You really don't like him, huh? It's just as Kazuichi said, Nagato's the kind of guy who'll just confuse and make matters worse. Damn it, I shouldn't have explained it to Nagato. I'm in trouble now thanks to that. Alright. Let's figure it out. Everybody calm down. Grab thick paper, surveillance camera unit. Hotel room key, invitation ticket.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
No.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it probably is Hajime's fault.
Oh, we need the movie ticket. Gotcha. Oh, so he knew, Nagato knew exactly what he's doing. He's legitimately stirring the pot because he knew that we saw the movie long after the investigation started. That dickhead.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
Jeez.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it probably
shit.
is Hajime's fault.
It was that. Whoopsie. I thought it was something after that. My bad.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
All right, we'll go back. It's fine.
Hajime's testimony is a lie.
Ah, shit.
Then the
Oh,
fact
stop
that
hitting it.
Ibuki hung herself...
I just, like, wasted a minute.
That would also be a lie.
I'm sorry.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie. No, that's wrong.
Get out of here, Nagito. More like wrong-ito, am I right?
I'm not the killer. I mean, there's no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
Ugh. This guy.
Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie. His invitation ticket is proof of that. Each person only received one ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Yes, no mistakes there.
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated it.
Unless it was a huge
Or
coincidence, but...
Did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
Hold on a sec. You're the one who brought this up in the first
Yeah,
place.
because he's a ship disturber. We should know this.
Nagito, what are you doing?
Trying to get me
Well,
killed.
since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation.
By being an ass. Yes.
It also provides a good warm-up.
This guy's insane.
What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
Actually,
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important. Especially since this isn't a game.
about
What a
that.
waste of time. Well, I knew it would turn out like this anyway.
Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable, let us move on to the arguments.
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it. Ibuki committed suicide.
If
up,
Ibuki
squirrel?
committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place
Maybe
as a
murder-suicide.
Ain't possible, huh?
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is. The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone. So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
Then let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
Possibly.
What do you mean, a closed room?
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right?
Okay.
If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
Yeah. That's the weird part.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
They were?
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time.
Oh, he's gonna bring up Sonia and Soda.
And that's you two! Sonia and Kazuichi!
What's up, Tolo?
Me too?
What the hell? Why's it gotta be us?
The others all have alibis. Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together. Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that. And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you.
Uh-oh.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru. Me too!
Hey, why are you
Don't you
acting
dare
like-
imitate my bro!
You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
Tolo, I really hope you didn't just come to my chat to ask about Donnie's stream. Like, I do my own stream, you know?
Please stop making bad jokes.
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall. Is this his professional skill?
The killer was inside the music venue. Fuyuhiko obviously thinks so, but is that really it? No, there's something missing here. Stepladder. Oh, the glob. Yeah, the glue stuff that was on the inside where the doors meet. Maybe that.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they looked like they had just rushed over. I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
Okay.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside. No, that's wrong!
Hold on a sec. There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
From the outside? How?
There was a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe that's what they used.
Semi-transparent glob. Like rubber, maybe?
No, it wasn't rubber at all. That semi-transparent glob was probably glue. Which is
I see!
kind of obvious. Yeah, it's gum.
That Semi-transparent
game.
glob. Must have been glue.
Glue?
Yeah, I think so too.
Very fast drying glue, damn.
It had a firm, gel-like chewiness. And I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth. Based on all that, I'm certain it was glue.
Yet we still call it a semi-transparent
I
glob.
didn't know glue was edible.
No, it's not. It's not, Akane.
I
Oh,
believe
Jesus
it is
Christ.
not something one typically eats.
Yes, thank you.
That glue was only applied to the areas where both doors touched. By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, they must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
Why'd she put it in her mouth? Because she's adorable. Core.
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck. Yep, it fits perfectly. But if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know? That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
What'd you say?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnaturally so? It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
Are you saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose? Then I totally fell for that fucking trap.
Apologize to Miss Sonia and me. However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time.
In a quarrel, both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
Uh-huh.
So, during the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue, the killer murdered Hiyoko and created a closed space?
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
Even quick work has limits.
Yep.
Oh, what unimaginable speed for a slowpoke like me.
If they couldn't have done it while Hajime was away from the venue, they must have done it earlier than that.
Earlier.
But when Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's body was there, right?
And when you went back with everyone else, Hiyoko's body was there too, right? But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time, when Hiyoko was actually killed earlier.
Just revealed?
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too. Here, I have proof.
That scrap of paper. Is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music venue?
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
Okay, the scrap that was stuck on the baton lighting in the music venue. No, I should be able to figure out what that is. Oh god, what am I doing? Oh god. Okay, it's mini game time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Jesus, what? It'd just be. Well, the scrap of paper came from the storage room, so wallpaper. Whoops. Nope. Wallpaper, okay. Cool! Thank you! Ow! That was an accident! All of these are oh, Jesus! Okay, everybody calm down. Jesus, oh, God! No! No! This is all going so terribly right now. Grab it! Damn it. Oh, God, I'm gonna die. This turned really difficult out of nowhere! I brought that one on myself. Okay, everybody calm down. Holy shit! Okay, I think we have everything under control now. Grab it! Ah! No, I needed that! Shh. shit! Ah! No, I didn't. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Yeah. Oh god, I keep hitting the wrong button. Stop! Please stop hitting the wrong button. I beg you. I do not feel like dying today. Holy shit! Give me the fucking R! That was fun! Do it again! We're good. Everything's fine, Chad. It was wallpaper.
Isn't it part of the wallpaper in the storage room?
Everything's okay.
In the music venue storage room. There's black wallpaper that's the same color as that scrap.
I got
There was
this.
also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't there? If so,
That picked up.
You're right. If you overlay the scrap that
God,
was
my-
caught on the lighting, the tear in the
Ponytail
wallpaper.
hurts, man.
See? It fits perfectly.
So what was the point of a
I
tiny
see.
scrap?
So the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hiyoko's body disappearing?
I'm
A
good,
mere
Graves. Good to
nobody
see you,
like
but
me isn't
don't call me
important
babes. I
enough
don't
to
like
answer
that. That's weird. I am no babes.
But if you guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper, you can figure this out easily.
Scrap of paper stuck to the baton lining was part of that wallpaper I found in the storage room. Is it connected to the sudden appearance of Hiyoko's body? If I trace it back from there, the answer should become clear. What? Okay. We're fine. We have this. Jump. Break. Go speedy. Okay. What was jump again? Okay, that was jump. Ah! Oh, this is harder. This is harder than last time. Okay. No! I gotta be careful, man. Okay. No, stop! Why did Hiyoko's body suddenly appear at the crime scene? It was hidden. It was hidden! Okay, this is interesting. Oh god. Oh god. Tony Hawk over here, look at me go! Okay. We're fine. This makes me want to be a detective if I get to go do this. What did the killer use to hide her body? A curtain, the wallpaper. Did they wrap wallpaper around the pillar in her body? Is that the implication here? God damn. Hoot! That was a hole. Woo! Saved it. It's okay, Chad. I saved it. I'm good at this. I think. Huh! Woo! Yeah. Ah! We're good. How'd the killer hide her body with the wallpaper? They formed a wall. They covered the pillar. Covered the pillar. I'm gonna say they covered the pillar. Aren't I good at snowboarding, chat? Proud of me yet? Okay. They covered the pillar. Wow. That's fucked up. I did it!
it's all coming together.
All right.
I got it. Hyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
It's not Sonic. I was on a cool snowboard.
It would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
What? They hid the pillar?
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar.
Wow.
So when I
Wow.
first discovered Ibuki's body, Hyoko's body was already there. However, because it was concealed
Oh,
within a
it
slightly
is.
larger
It
pillar,
was
I
bigger.
didn't realize that at the time.
Holy shit! It was bigger. Hiyoko died
Well, that's
first.
understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
So that's why the temperature was up then,
So they
so we
used the
couldn't
baton lighting
determine
on
the time of
ceiling
death.
to hang the wallpaper?
Oh, this is fucked up.
The baton lighting forms a perfect circle around the pillar.
Yeah, look how much bigger it
Using
is.
it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
Wow.
The reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers was to make it look like that pillar.
Dude.
That's how they hid Hiyoko's body.
A
And then
cube
peeled
field?
off the
Yeah, a
wallpaper
little bit.
As soon as I left the music venue.
Or like Slowtron.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper.
Heh, clumsy killer.
And because of that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting.
Ha!
The killer must have been in a hurry. Their plan took too long. Hajime could have walked in on them.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold and risky.
But the crime itself would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone. They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
Then, when was Hiyoko actually killed?
Good point. And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once.
Oh,
But
so that's
what is
why
that?
the duct tape was wrapped around Hiyoko's neck so much, was to stop the bleeding so we wouldn't see blood pooling at the bottom of the pillar. But then why was the body suddenly revealed? Like, you could have just left it there and gotten away with it. I mean, until we went in there one day and it started to stink up real bad. Either way, Hiyoko's dead.
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Monami 2.5D?
Hey, don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission.
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
Ew.
I don't eat mothballs. I just enjoy looking at them. I knew it. There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie. Not just that, but Hiyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
Yes.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the first place?
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
The reason the killer imitated the two victims in that movie, I should be able to explain that now. Because they like movies. Mix up the killing order?
I see!
They're fucking with the time of death, man.
The reason the killer imitated two of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Then, Hiyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
A valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body suggests that as well.
What do you mean? If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's body.
I'm not even crying.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
You alright, Gundam?
What a jerk!
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
open my
saying,
window. It's warm in
right?
here.
An even bigger jerk? Impossible!
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged herself, right? That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed. That would mean Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
How light. Your words are so light as the sylph's feather. Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
Man, he's being annoying again.
First and foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hiyoko was killed. How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
Because she was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
You're one to talk.
You're just gonna talk in circles. I think it's best if we clarify Ibuki's status when Hiyoko was killed. I'm trying to think here. I think that voice actor had a really good time. Oh, blood on the soles. Right, she had blood on her slippers.
When Hiyoko died,
Oh, yeah.
Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
Yep.
I agree with that.
She stepped in the blood.
Just
Oh, I'm
as
sorry,
someone said,
Crimson.
Ibuki stepped on something.
I'd hug you if I could.
That something was blood. There were faint blood stains on the soles of her slippers.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
Then it's Hiyoko's blood.
Dun dun dun.
Hyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
If Ibuki stepped on her blood,
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was mortally wounded. Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hiyoko was
Oh
killed.
man, if that's the case, what if because Ibuki was super gullible, that the killer got Ibuki to help her tape her to the pillar? Like holding up Hiyoko while the other person like taped around? How fucked up would that be? And then she'd be like, okay, go hang yourself now. I'm convinced that's how it happened.
Don't underestimate the
Oh,
power of
come
the
on.
evil eye.
Gundam! Damn it, man!
Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
Yeah, that makes
Does
sense.
that mean you have a rebuttal?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? That's a good line. But are you sure you're sure? If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know.
He's so
You're
funny.
so frightened you can't even make a sound. It seems you've realized our difference in status. However, the time for conviction starts now. You better entertain me to the fullest.
I got nothing, dude. Alright. Rope used for hanging, scrap of the paper, step ladder, candle, smudge on the floor. Smudge on the floor!
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hiyoko? Ha!
Shit.
Impossible!
Well, I've lost this
Try
one.
to remember the crime scene. There was no... You can't step on blood that was never there.
Okay, I fucked up.
Just about 1 minute.
Hold on.
Did you
There we
see
go.
a nice nightmare?
I was just trying to get the right bullet thingy. Despite his exaggerated protest, I feel like I've already seen an opening to counter. Yep.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hiyoko? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
Yeah, that one!
Allow me to cut through those words.
Ah! Looking down on people like that? I know, right?
That's not it. The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away afterwards.
Easiest rebuttal ever.
Don't say such foolish things. You don't have proof of that at all.
Yes, I do.
Oh,
If you look closely, there's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
When the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but... Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
oh
The
shit.
reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right? Even if they're able to hide Hiyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Wow.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Yoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding.
Yep. And then they hit her.
Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating. So I don't think they had to go that far.
Aside from Mikon, none of us were aware of that fact, so the killer probably did not know it either.
Maybe the heater was running inside the music venue so it would screw with Mikon's autopsy?
Correct. Good job.
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
If the time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Since we have all this evidence,
Dun,
there's
dun,
no
dun.
one else who wants to object, right? Then it's decided. Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now.
Oh, Gundam.
Fine then. But regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Can't you just shut up and back off?
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Oh, God. What?
Again? Didn't something like this happen last time, too?
Uh-huh.
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
Well, last time it was just a computer that was used for the
same
punishment,
as always, you have to vote for who the killer is.
so if Ibuki killed herself,
Think
then
about
we
it.
vote
A
Ibuki.
suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself. Unfortunately, that means there's no Blacken to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Jesus.
Nagito? What do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Well, I mean, I understand Hiyoko's death, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered. For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hiyoko, and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right?
Why would she put the bag over her
That's
head?
totally impossible! Then she never would have killed her to begin with!
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means anything can happen.
And she was gullible.
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right? After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hiyoko's body soon after means the killer had to be alive at that time.
Then she was alive! When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead. If she waited until Hajime left, that's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
She was hanging, man.
She hanged herself. Remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
Yeah.
And if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging.
That'd be a hard one to fake, don't you
Her
think,
body
chat?
would have been defenseless in that state.
Exactly.
If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
I see. So that means there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad. Now I'm free to search for the killer.
What the heck?
There's still one more issue on my mind. If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw? According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right? Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Like I said, I've been saying this all day. It's been like, because she's gullible.
Perhaps they used hypnotism or
No,
something?
she had the
I
gullible
don't know
disease.
anything about that.
Don't say it all proud.
Someone abused the gullible disease.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did something. So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
So, an alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi. Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
What's up, Lunenberg?
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Then, the video Hajime saw was actually live?
What time did Hajime see that video?
It was
I saw it
before
at
the
hospital,
announcement,
right before Monokuma's morning announcement.
so before 10. Right?
And I saw the body at the music
No, he
venue
always
a
says
little
10
after
p.m. at night.
Monokuma's
Never mind. Never mind.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Then, we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time?
Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence!
Okay. Mikan's account, surveillance monitor video, Fuyuhiko Sonya's account. Oh god, I'm gonna have to go over all these counts to remember.
We can...
Okay, hold on. Right up until Monokuma announced in the morning, Mikami and Hajime the whole time. Everyone realized and Ibuki disappeared when we... Okay. Fuyuhiko met Mikan in front of the hospital. They split up to search for Ibuki. They checked the movie theater in Electric Avenue, but they didn't find anyone. Apparently, Fuyuhiko and Mikan were only separated for a short time. Hiyoko was distraught because her kimono was disheveled. Okay, that one. Okay. I don't know.
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
Okay.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
Everyone who
about
stayed
you
at the
guys?
motel.
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease,
Oh, man.
if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has...
Okay, maybe when Sonya says no one has an alibi, I can argue that and say that Fuyuhiko did because
We can exclude the sick people
Gundam
like me
said
and
that he
Akane,
didn't.
right?
And what about the
Maybe.
others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
Okay. Curious.
Crap! We can exclude the sick people
Mikan's
like me and
account, surveillance
Akane, right?
monitor video, Sonya's
And
account,
what about the others?
Mikan's account.
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think
Maybe
everyone
Sonya's?
at the motel was doing that.
And Sonya's was her being distraught. was dropped because her kimono was disheveled and she was unable to tie it on her own. That's when Sonya apparently told her about the full-length mirror. This is tough.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then...
No. Okay,
Crap!
Shut up. I'm trying, okay?
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Maybe it's something I have to
Right
pull.
before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel
shit.
room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then... Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
Dude, I don't know. Holy hell, this is tough.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
Hold on. Cat's being a pain in the ass. Give me one sec. Please stop scratching the door. It is the most distracting thing when you scratch the door. Okay. Oh my god, I just realized it was 11:30. Remember to the Monokuma announcement that morning, Mikon was with Hajime the whole time. Afterwards, she went to the hospital to check on everyone and realized that Ibuki had disappeared. Ah!
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel
Fucking hell.
doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
This is really confusing.
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then... Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
Dude, this is tough. This is really tough. Sounds like an alibi to you. What do you mean? Mikon's?
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement,
Alright, we'll try this.
I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone
I
at
think
the
it's just the
motel
way
was
things have
doing
been
that.
worded, this one, that made it super
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
confusing.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease,
I'm running out of time, man.
if nobody has an alibi, then...
Okay, so it was that.
No, that's wrong!
There was so it was so confusing, and I don't know why.
Hold on. Not
Like,
all
I
of
thought
us
we
are
were
missing
looking
an
for
alibi.
like I thought we were looking for like an alibi or something that didn't line up, or there's something weird.
In fact, Mikon and I both have alibis.
You two have alibis?
No, I know,
Up until
Tesla.
I saw that
It's
hanging
good. We
video,
don't. I don't
Nikon
need
and
the
I were actually
backseating.
together for a while.
We even woke up together that morning.
Giggity.
Hey, what kind of situation is that?
Her suffocating me.
I accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime. Too much info.
Yeah, it's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward. So we were together until right before the announcement.
I get it. You guys have alibis.
If that's the
Alibis.
case, the killer must be someone else.
you doing?
It's better if we think about it like that. The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
Oh, you got some cat
So
breath
it's
there, girl.
inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
Yeah, we're 3 out of 3 for fan service being helpful.
Committing
Why are
an
you headbutting
imitation
me?
murder? Is that really all it was?
Huh?
Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process?
Hi.
Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
Are you saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much, but that's how I feel. I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
The killer had a different reason. If that's the case, are we still in the killer's trap? Inside a trap set by one of us. If so, then whose and what kind of trap is it? We're gonna have the intermission. We're gonna have the intermission.
Hiya!
Stop it!
I should be reading this. What's that? Monomi's appeal time starts now. What? Appeal time? Kind-hearted Big Brother's gonna give you the chance to reclaim your honor. Good luck. Show those jerks who treat you like a redheaded stepchild who's bought— Excuse you?! There's nothing wrong with red hair. 99% your fault. Well, you're whining, your time's already running out, so please make your appeal simple. About 30,000 words or so. That's too long, it'll just be a boring appeal. Come on, if your appeal is successful, it might be merchandise opportunities heading your way. Then, I'm Usami, magical Miyoko girl Usami. I'm an itty-bitty girl who's sweet like milk. Geez, I thought a certain robot's little sister was supposed to be the best.
What a disappointment!
Talking about it, I have no clue what's— This is such a weird thing. Hey. Oh, big yawn. Deja.
I'm Monami. Once again, I've been put in such an unreasonable situation. Seriously, he's like the king of unreasonableness. Why did it turn out like this? We were supposed to have a fun, friendly school trip, but it turned out all bloody instead. No! This definitely cannot be allowed. That's why I want you to remember this. Everyone, do your very best. Don't lose to yourself. And don't forget to save frequently.
The reason the killer did an imitation murder is a reason other than falsifying the murder sequence. Does something like that even exist?
Huh. It suddenly got quiet in here.
Yeah, I know. I say
Did
that to my chat all the
confuse
time.
you? If so, I wish I
Kidding.
could die from self-loathing.
Man, this again.
If that's the case, it would have been just dandy if they had gone ahead and killed me too. If that happened, The imitation would have been perfect. So why didn't they do that?
Well, it's against the rules to kill 3 people in the first place.
That rule is too harsh. I couldn't get killed because of that.
Seriously, just shut up already! Shut up forever!
But I'm thinking about it again, and he's totally right. It feels incomplete.
Because they didn't kill 3 people like the movie did? That's only because of Monokuma's rule.
It's not just that. Come on, try to remember the content of the movie. About the lion that got killed second.
That's the one Hyoko's body was imitating, right?
Even though we're calling it an imitation, the lion was actually pinned by arrows, right? But Hyoko's body was suspended by common household duct tape.
Well, yeah, do we really have arrows with us? Like...
Maybe they just used a common substitute because it was too difficult to imitate the arrows. Well, that's probably it, but that attitude is what makes this feel incomplete. If falsifying the murder sequence was the killer's plan from the very beginning, they should have taken steps to properly imitate it.
But if we never realized it was a half-assed imitation, their entire plan would have been completely useless.
What are you trying to say? Are you saying the imitation wasn't planned?
What?
I'm saying, Hyoko's murder wasn't.
What?
Hyoko's murder wasn't planned?
I understand that imitation wasn't enough, but aren't you making a bunch of assumptions?
Ooh!
It's not just the poor imitation. There are also other strange details.
You know what's great about saving whenever you want in a game? Is we can find out what those details are. Tomorrow! Yeah! Tomorrow! 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 Yeah! Tomorrow! Yeah, we got it, dude. It's pushing midnight here. I gotta go. I'm already late and stuff like that. And I have a cat who's poking at me. She's probably hungry. So I gotta go deal with that. Don't you get mad at me. Be mad all you want. We'll be back tomorrow with it, okay? So calm down. Yeah, the cliffhanger. Listen, I like doing that. It's really funny. What, Deja? See what I mean? She just wants all the attention. She knows I've gone late. Alright? She knows I've gone late. Okay. You good? Can I have a couple minutes to say goodbye to everybody? Stop. No, she keeps poking at my hand when I stop. I have way too much fun with cliffhangers. Kind of sounds familiar, like how you guys have too much fun jump scaring me and making me eat spicy stuff. Do you know what karma is or payback by chance? Anyways, you found your remote. There you go. Okay, Deja, I love you. Come over here for a sec. Come on. Come. No. There. Stay. Just stay for a second. All right. What are those things? I don't know. A kind of pie, I think. All right. I am going to call it here for the night. We already went over by quite a bit. And I know Evmon's got to work early, so I don't want to be noisy any longer. So I got work to do anyways. And I want to eat dinner, so I'm going to go do that. But we will be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as usual, with the conclusion to this class trial and more. So, you know, all that jazz will be happening. So make sure you're there. Hit the follow button if you're new here, if you want to see how everything turns out. Aside from that, you could join up on the Discord, which Hawkeye put the social links there. Thank you, man. You can join the Discord, so you know there's a notification as soon as I go live in Discord. Any other announcements, schedule changes, things like that is all going to be there. So go hang out and say hi to everybody or talk about butts, because butts are funny and they make fart sounds, which is even better. And if you missed any of the other the playthrough before today, it's all going up on YouTube, so you can catch up there. It's just into, you know, just episodes, you know, like hour-long episodes, and things like that. So there you guys go. So thank you guys again for tuning in. I appreciate all the follows, hosts, raids, tips, bits, subs, and everything in between, the chatters, lurkers, and of course the mods. Thank you for your help in keeping all the backseaters and stuff like that out of chat. I always appreciate it. And that's it. So, all right, Deja, you ready to go? Hey. 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 Deja. Hey. Hey, you ready to go? You want to say bye? You being stubborn now? You're knocking things off the table with your tail. You happy now? Yeah. Okay, Deja says bye. Anyways, I'm out of here for the night. I love you guys. Thank you again for being here. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Puppy!
Oh, he's such a good boy. Gave him doggy treats. He's so fluffy. Weird is fun. Yeah, that's me. I'm assuming he's showing us where to go. That's why I'm following him. Oh, such a good boy. Thank you. I can't pet him. Ah! What? How did that not make a sound? What? Okay. Oh, he yells real loud. Stop it! No! I'm alive! I'm alive somehow! Go down the stairs faster! Into the donut! What are you doing, Donnie?
Trying something. Hold on.
I wanna know! I wanna know what love is.